Here in the United States, the Second Empire style always had a mansard roof. After that, many of its other characteristics were the same as the Italianates, including wide eaves, corbels, towers or cupolas, and chamfered columns. I got up really early this morning to help avoid some of the noise of the city and show you some of its beautiful houses. We're here before the Queen Victoria, but it would be better named the Napoleon III. The Second Empire was a period, so I could criticize using its name as the name of a style. But it was a much shorter period than the Victorian era. It lasted from 1852 to 1870 under Emperor Napoleon. Not that Napoleon. That one. Under the rule of Emperor Napoleon III, the original empire, or First Empire, was under Napoleon I. So what happened to Napoleon II? Napoleon III wanted to make a complete overhaul of Paris, and he did. The new look has been a big success, and it's the look that we think of as the quintessential Paris. It was done under his rule. The essential characteristic of the style in America was the mansard roof, as popularized by architect Francois Mansart. He did his work during the reigns of Louis XIII and Louis XIV. The mansard roof is a type of roof having two slopes on every side, the lower slope being considerably steeper than the upper. The advantage of the mansard roof is that it allows a full floor of living space above the cornice line of a building without increasing the number of stories in the structure. Francois Mansart promoted the mansard roof in his designs of the 17th century, and his influence can be seen in French architecture ever since. It was extensively used in the buildings of Paris constructed during the Second Empire period in the 19th century. Beneath their rooflines, Second Empire American homes had much in common with the Italianates. Things such as stylistic use of overhanging eaves with decorative brackets and ornate and often curved door and window trims. In stick-style architecture, you'll find a timbered look, showing open stickwork with square bays, steeply pitched roofs, things that will generate an angular or vertical emphasis. The stick style favored displaying an overlaid half-timbered effect, with boards attached to the exterior wall in grids. Grids intended to be suggestive of the underlying frame construction. Other characteristic features included attached open stickwork verandas. The word veranda and porch can be used interchangeably, but usually veranda is used if the porch is very large and extends the entire side of the building or even wraps around it. My French friend says that we shouldn't call it a veranda if it isn't enclosed in glass or has the option to be enclosed in glass. In French, there means glass, and a veranda is a porch enclosed in glass. Well, my French friends, you shouldn't call this shampooing. It's just shampoo. Shampooing is a verb. Shampooing. Shampoo. Shampooing. Shampoo. Stick-style buildings often featured projecting square bays, steeply pitched roofs, and overhanging eaves. Angular and vertical elements were emphasized. Though associated with Carpenter Gothic, the stick style made less use of gingerbread. It favored simpler curves and circular shapes. The 18-room mansion here at the Emlin Physic Estate on Washington Street was designed by architect Frank Furness and is open for tours. Built in 1879, it is one of the finest examples of Victorian stick-style architecture in America. The estate was designed for Dr. Emlin Physic, descendant of a wealthy and famous Philadelphia family. Physic's grandfather, Dr. Philip Singh Physic, was known as the father of American surgery. Emlin himself did not follow in the family tradition. He never practiced medicine, opting instead to live the life of a country gentleman here in his home. Even the home's furnishings show the simpler geometric and circular shapes that were favored in stick style over the more elaborate gingerbread of the Gothic revival. The exterior of the mansion is distinguished by the architect's trademark oversized features, including upside-down chimneys and the huge stick-like brackets on the porch and hooded jerkin-head dormers. Now you're probably wondering, what the heck is a jerkin-head dormer? Jerkin-head describes a roof that is a combination of two or more common roof styles. The gable roof, a simple pointed roof that comes up from two sides, and the hip roof, a roof that comes up from all sides. The jerkin-head dormer starts out at the bottom, coming up toward the top like a gable dormer, but then, somewhere on the journey upward, gets joined by another roof line that slopes inward as it also goes up. Finally, we're going to look at Queen Anne style. It's usually asymmetrical.